And a second example, and a final and a last conclusion. Technology, Google and Facebook and YouTube and Microsoft, Twitter and Instagram, with their algorithms and their artificial intelligence, providing novelty, stimulation from search results and images of friends, pictures of half-naked models, and a mystery how they make such a complex and intelligent and brilliant and genius system with so much thought and care for humanity and climate change, building self-driving cars and making artificial intelligence help someone not get lost in their own home. Assisting friends who are far apart and lovers who are in distant parts of planet Earth to have a connection, a social interaction, and not be lonely and bored, emotional, with behavior described in textbooks as depressed. A visit to Google, and there's lots of color, there's lots of stimulation. Children sit on YouTube watching videos about games, on videos, on consoles from Microsoft and PlayStation, telling them how to defeat the villain enemy and how to win the admiration of those online players, reaching dominance with intelligence and brilliance and genius, learning strategies and tactics to win, 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 and never, ever, ever lose. Facebook provides accounts where a human can connect with friends from childhood when they're an adult and old and frail, providing a novelty from someone they hadn't talked to for years, and stimulation, networking to find a better job, and a significant other, and a friend to watch a football game with on a Sunday, a friend to go to a concert with a group who also goes out to dinner before and enjoys an event. A few clicks on a mouse for a software developer, and a human receives new content in updated software with more lucid, vivid imagery, smoother videos, and more clear indications for reducing time spent solving problems and making decisions, assisted with an artificial intelligence to make more positive emotions than negativity and anger and frustration and fear. some of the smartest, most brilliant and intelligent humans on earth, who use consciousness economically as an advantage, continuing a mystery they say neuroscience has not solved and science cannot explain. And part of what makes so much motivation and inspiration for those students to graduate, to eventually achieve an explanation for who we are, why we are, where we are, when we are, what we are, all of the parts of what gets viewed in a telescope image provided on their technology software, on their website, internet location, called information, but not any benefit for our current problems, difficulties with suffering and poverty and hunger and starvation and violence and war. Using more of the stimulation and consciousness to limit and restrict, control, and stop a freedom involving a consciousness needing energy from a food and a nutrient, a substance, a protein, a meat, a vegetable, a fruit, and not some computer monitor screen robot who provide nothing more than a service to acquire an energy in some examples, but not emphasizing importance with climate change to use less stimulation and reward and packaging and delivery services from vehicles and more locally bought groceries available to those who walk, who ride a bike, and skateboard. Instead of driving to a Whole Foods, instead of visiting a QFC and a Safeway for better options and choices, more awesome stimulation, and better rewards for their hard work, working all of those hours in front of a computer and a laptop, having sore eyes and fatigue, with overweight bodies and frail bones, and minds too distracted to make their own food and in need of someone to do the task for them now. Businesses and organizations and nonprofits and technology services and humans continuing a stimulation, bright colors, pictures, and lucid and vivid imagery, increasing addiction, to what people describe now as a mystery. not yet solved by the science they support and the researchers they fund. Convincing those who are skeptical with articles and data and information provided by their workforce, their activists, their CEOs, researchers, algorithms and search engines, owners who stand up and declare they're helping an object floating in outer space called planet Earth, with people connecting and networking and being friends, enjoying a life of candy bars and decadence and bourgeois and philosophies and theories and dollars and Bitcoin. Eliminating and reducing distraction and misdirection and confusion. With teachings and practices and rituals and descriptions from language similar to a hospital, and diets and disorders and diseases. And making humans feel better about an inevitable, eventual death and dying.